2005, 9 Australians boarded a plane to Bali in what would become one of the most notorious drug cases in recent history. The group, later dubbed as the Bali Nine, would face one of the world's harshest justice systems. This is their story. Let's go back to April 17, 2005. Indonesian authorities intercepted a group attempting to smuggle 8.3 kilograms of heroin from Bali to Australia. The drugs were concealed in plastic bags strapped to their bodies. The masterminds? Andrew Chan and Niran Sukumaran. The 9 were arrested at Bali's Ngurah Rai airport and a hotel nearby. Their ages ranged from 18 to 29. Under Indonesian law, the penalty for trafficking over 5 grams of drugs can be death. The ringleaders, Chan and Sukumaran, were sentenced to death. 6 others received life imprisonment, and the youngest member, Scott Rush, initially faced the death penalty, but later had his sentence reduced to life. The arrests were swift, but the ripple effects lasted for years. Many questioned how the group was chosen and whether they fully understood the risks. Segment 2: Controversies and Public Reactions. The case drew immediate attention with reactions sharply divided. Critics argued that the sentences were too harsh, while others said they fit the crime. Australia's then Prime Minister John Howard condemned drug trafficking, but urged Indonesia to reconsider the death penalty. Families of the accused pleaded for clemency, highlighting their remorse and transformation while in prison. But not everyone was sympathetic. Some Australians believed the group deserved their punishment, citing the devastating impacts of heroin. Public sentiment reflected a complex mix of compassion and strict adherence to justice. The international media also weighed in, shining a light on Indonesia's strict drug policies and a greater global debate about capital punishment. Segment 3: Legal Battles and Appeals. Over the next decade, the Bali Nine launched multiple appeals. Chan and Sukumaran's legal team argued for their rehabilitation. Both men had shown remarkable change. Chan had become a pastor, and Sukumaran pursued art. Despite these efforts, in 2015, Indonesian President Joko Widodo rejected clemency for all drug offenders, reaffirming his country's tough stance. The executions were scheduled.
Hope fades for members of the Bali Nine as Indonesian President Joko Widodo vows to stay firm on the death penalty for convicted drug dealers.
We are not going to compromise for drug dealers. No compromise. No compromise.
Speaking with CNN's Christian Amanpour, Mr. Widodo, who has the power to grant amnesty, announced he would do no such thing.
The legal battle was not just about Bali Nine. It became a symbol of clash between justice and mercy. On April 29, 2015, Chan and Sukumaran faced the firing squad alongside 6 other drug convicts. In their final moments, they reportedly sang hymns. The executions sparked outrage in Australia. Protests erupted, and the Australian government temporarily withdrew its ambassador to Indonesia. This event marked a turning point between Australia-Indonesia relations, with many questioning whether diplomatic efforts could have done more to save the 2 boys. Segment 5: Legacy and Lessons. The Bali Nine case remains as a stark reminder of the risks of drug trafficking and the strict justice systems of countries like Indonesia. It also raises ongoing questions about the death penalty, rehabilitation, and justice. Today, the surviving members of Bali Nine have released from Kerobokan prison. Their story remains documented in books, films, and countless news articles. It's a cautionary tale, but one that reflects the complexities of crime, punishment, and redemption. What remains is a legacy that continues to provoke discussion about morality, justice, and international diplomacy.